Howdy, it's Cloudy. Go back to the channel. So if you ain't check out my past videos, make sure you check out my past videos, man. Be on the lookout for probably a new channel called Curious Cloudy, where I'll react to things that interest me, like animals, sea stuff, unidentified objects in space, you know, shit like that, you feel me? Let me know what kind of videos y'all would want for that channel over there, because I'm looking to start that channel up sometime this week, you know what I'm saying? But today, we got a video from Everything Always. Did the Russos just reveal the Avenger Doomsday trailer drop? Now, I saw them post some on
What's
Instagram,
going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Remen, aka All Fires. Now, many of you DM'd me over the last week to ask why we weren't covering the brand new rumored date that the Avengers Doomsday trailer was going to drop in June 17th to be exact. And it was twofold. Number one, it looks increasingly likely we'll be getting the second Spider-Man trailer in around that same time. Marvel and Disney are not going to put those out with close proximity. Plus, it would make a lot more sense now that we're this close to Spider-Man Brand New Day if they just held off altogether and either attach it to that film or attach it to the Odyssey, which is a couple of weeks before, right around the same time as San Diego Comic-Con. All signs pointing to that being much more likely. Plus, if you tried to investigate the origins of that rumored date, even though everyone was saying it on social media, it was just social media, not any of the anonymous Twitter scoopsters or industry insiders that we feel comfortable re-reporting on that have proven track records. That being said, this morning is a little different because the Russos posted what may be the most cryptic of Avengers messages, just to color. Literally just to color. Well, we'll tell you honestly what we think it implies, and it's not a trailer date. There's at least a...
Before he say what he think it is, I'm going to say what I think it is, bro. Because I woke up and I saw the little post. Because I got the Russo Bros Instagram, like, you know, they notifications on me because, you know, Avenger Doomsday stuff's coming out. I'll be trying to know what's going on. And I saw they post, so I was like, oh, what they post, you know what I'm saying? I just saw a green picture. I thought my phone was tripping. But then I tapped on it, and then I saw they tagged a couple of people. They tagged Robert Downey Jr. And I'm going to be honest, that's all I remember that they tagged, bro, because he was in the middle. He was tagged in the middle, bro. I forgot the other names. But I'm thinking this means, I think they pretty much promoting, like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. That's why he's in the middle of a green picture in the color green, as we know it, to be Dr. Doom's favorite color. At least that's what I'm thinking is his favorite color.
Theory going around this morning in the wake of them posting this about 6 hours ago that people think they've over-investigated the color code for said shade of green, and it reveals a release date for the trailer. Incidentally, there's some synchronicity going on here because it lines up perfectly with the Odyssey. We're going to break that down as well. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately. If you haven't already, if you want to support the channel.
I'm thinking now, y'all ever seen them little pictures with colors that have like numbers in them, but like the number in that color photo is like a different shade of that color or something like that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think it's like I want to say it's like a colorblind test type thing. You know what I'm saying? I think they do it for like colorblind people. So I don't know. Don't quote me on that. You feel me? But I think maybe that's what they did. Maybe some people figured that out and put that green photo through whatever they had to put it through to find out what was behind the photo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that's probably what it was. Maybe it was a little colorblind photo type thing. You know what I mean?
The best way to do it is by subscribing. It'll keep you up to date with everything Doomsday and Spider-Man for the rest of the year. Bro. Also, my band All Fires is playing The Masquerade tomorrow, Saturday, May 30th. If you haven't grabbed tickets already, link down in the description and comments. I'll see those of you who are coming tomorrow. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so the Russos posted literally just a color. This color green to Instagram, no context. And obviously,
they tagged a bunch of people.
It coincides with Dr. Doom because it's green, but very specifically, I think it is Latverian green, the type of green you normally see on his flag. So while he normally has a much richer green as a cloak, and there's definitely a lot of emerald green, true green as the imagery for Dr. Doom, this is more of a militaristic style green, and what I think really lines up with the Latverian flag. Now, as anyone who's ever done any digital art or graphic designer will tell you, if you've worked with Photoshop, you'll know that different hues and specific colors actually have coordinating hex
Imagine being able to build an app with your...
communicate universally what the actually have. Coordinating work with Photoshop, you'll know that different hues and specific colors actually have coordinating hex codes to try to easily communicate universally what the actual hue of that color should be. And the rumor flying around right now...
I don't think that's what I was talking about. I think he talked about something else, like certain colors, certain shades of colors are actually like encrypt. Like, I guess you could say like some people use it as like a code. What they? Damn, I'm trying to figure out. I can't think of it, but it's like when people put a hidden message within a bunch of words. Like, it kind of look like a word search, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Is he trying to say that's like basically what the color is? Like, it's like one of them things. Like, this shade of green actually means a word, or it probably stands for a letter, and maybe they're gonna put a bunch of different colors. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know, bro. Because I do find it weird that they just posted a green box, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna call it. I find it weird they just posted a picture of green. You know what I'm saying? And then they tag Robert Downey Jr. and a couple other people that I forgot that he tagged. I do find that a little weird, bro.
Is that the hex code for this color starts with 7/18, implying that July 17th is the trailer drop for Avengers Doomsday.
How do y'all find this stuff out, bro? Real talk. How do y'all smart, man? Y'all smart. Cause I didn't even know colors had like number key codes. You know, like, what the hell, bro? Or are they trying to say like that's in like in order from like 1 to whatever number at the bottom? That shade of green is number 718. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know, bro, because that's crazy that y'all even found that out, or even thought to think of something like that. You know, it kind of scares me a little bit too, bro, because it makes me wonder now, like, how many of those type of secret messages have we been getting in the world? You know what I mean?
And while we weren't able to confirm that's the actual hex code, it seems unlikely that they were embedding that level of allegory into the exact color they chose.
Crazy,
we think more likely the case they're just teasing the Latvian flag. However, the fact that people think this code implies July 18th and the Odyssey goes live in the US on July 17th is a little thing we call synchronicity, and in the days of Avengers theories, well, this one's a fun one, but probably just a coincidence at absolute best.
You know, I think Marvel gonna see these videos, bro, and they gonna be like, we for sure didn't mean that, but it'll be hard if we did do that.
Aside, releasing the Avengers Doomsday trailer attached to the Odyssey, sort of repeating what they just did with Avatar by putting it in front of huge swaths of movie-going public that are not specifically already going to see a Marvel movie as it'll be with Spider-Man, just makes logical sense from a marketing standpoint, and giving Spider-Man plenty of time to shine between now and then with another trailer and then some obvious TV spots and clips that'll go on the late-night shows like they normally do. And if I had to guess, again, not implied by a shade of green, just by logic, it would be the perfect place and probably the place they will unveil the actual Avengers Doomsday trailer when it drops. Because you get 2 weeks out of it with the Odyssey, then they release Spider-Man Brand New Day, you get to run it in front of that, and that leads directly into San Diego Comic-Con, where we know Marvel Studios will be, and definitely promoting Avengers Doomsday. Now, as far as the trailer itself, I think a lot of people forget that what they did with the Infinity War first trailer that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con and what they actually released as the trailer months later were completely different. Well, they weren't completely different, but some of the scenes had been totally updated with much more layers of CGI. They weren't the same scenes. The same things happened, but they looked very different. Closer angles, tighter shots. And the trailer itself had a lot of new footage, and I just have this strong inkling that they're going to do the same thing here, not because they need to or have to, but just because they probably made a ton of strides between what they cooked up for the CinemaCon trailer and where they are now being finished mostly with principal photography. And
I think it would be dope to get different trailers, bro. Might as well, bro. They could probably drop like 6 trailers with this movie, bro. Not even gonna lie to you. They probably could. And I honestly think they might drop a trailer, and then they're going to start dropping like little teasers after that. They probably won't even drop a second trailer. They'll just drop one trailer, full trailer, you know what I'm saying? That's like a full 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And then for the time being until the movie come out, they probably just going to drop little teasers. Whether it's going to be pictures from the movie, or it's going to be not even scenes from the movie, but, well, it might be like a little dialogue from the movie maybe. You know what I'm saying? Just a small little like they might drop little teasers like that after the, you know? Because I really feel like with as long as this movie is supposed to be, with as many characters as it's supposed to have, bro, they don't need to put out more than one trailer, especially when they could just drop little teasers after that trailer, you know what I'm saying? And make twice as much doing that, I feel like. Not gonna lie, bro. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I don't know how that whole thing works entirely, you know what I'm saying? I might be wrong, but I feel like it'll be a better move for them to do. You know what I'm saying? And it will keep them in the, I guess you could say, keep them in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? They'll stay in the algorithm if they keep dropping little teasers. Like I said, the teasers don't have to be longer than a minute. It could be less than 50 seconds. Just need a little something to keep us excited to see the movie. You know?
CGI just having that much more time. And if you noticed in those latest Spider-Man promos that were recutting the same original Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer footage, the layers of CGI they were able to add in just a month or two completely changed the look of their frames and made it look so much more detailed, so much more interesting and artistic. You can assume the same thing's happening with Avengers Doomsday. I can't wait to see what it looks like there, as obviously what was shown during CinemaCon was extremely impressive, but I expect it to be even better and just not a rehashing of what's already been described. That is also to say, my second inkling is that as little of Doctor Doom as they showed in that CinemaCon trailer, unfortunately will probably be the case here. Look, after Spider-Man Brand New Day is done, it is all Avengers Doomsday between now and December for the next 6 months. The only thing
don't forget, when y'all watch Spider-Man Brand New Day, wait until the post-credit scenes, bro. Because I be seeing people in movie theaters and stuff, they leave when they see the credits roll. And I be like, bro, y'all missing out on the post-credit scene. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to lead into the sequel or into another, you know what I mean? Y'all be missing out. I seen a lot of people do that in what movie? Which one of the Marvel movies I seen, bro? It was one of the Marvel movies I seen. People left early, and it was, I think it was one of the Spider-Man movies, actually, one of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And some people left before the post-credit scenes even rolled, so they didn't even know what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you stay, bro, because I feel like with Doomsday coming out after Spider-Man Brand New Day, Dr. Doom might just pop up in the post-credit scene for Spider-Man Brand New Day, bro. He just might. Maybe he won't show up, but maybe like you might hear his voice, kind of how we heard Blade in the one movie in Doctor Strange, the second one. How we heard his voice when old boy got close to the ebony blade or whatever. Was that in Doctor Strange movie, or was that in Moonlight? Or, bro, there's so many Marvel things, bro. But y'all get what I'm saying, though, right? Y'all get what I'm saying. Stay into the post credit scene, man, because I think Doctor Doom might end up being in Spider-Man Brand New Day's post-credit scene.
Between is the release of Avengers Endgame that's going to be mostly propped up by the fact that they're going to add some post-credit scenes that tie directly into Avengers Doomsday. Marvel has so much time between now and then. I can't imagine that we're going to get insane looks at Doctor Doom or much Doctor Doom footage at all, and I totally suspect as many questions as we have about the nature of the plot and what's going on, they're not going to look to answer any of them in this footage. We always tease Marvel for in the last minute panicking and in the last 2 weeks giving us TV spots that spoil every single thing that they have in the movie. They're not going to do that for Doomsday. They know better, and I assume that while some of these plot leaks have been out there and very suspect at best, to say the least, I just think it may be a very different approach than the Infinity War trailers, because look, it was obvious Thanos was putting together the Infinity Stones, putting together the Gauntlet, and was going to try to snap off half of the population. We knew that going in. That's the plot line. We don't really know what Doctor Doom's ultimate plan here is, and I don't think they're going to give us any hints, or at least not up front in this very first trailer, as to what's going on. Truthfully, the best shot we're going to have for that is whatever footage they include with Avengers Endgame. Now, in about a video 4 months ago, I mentioned something about the coloring on the videos right after they had come out in December, where I just noticed that whatever coloration they used on the videos, whoever was color grading this, there seemed to be a lack of true green, that all of the greens seemed either very muted or even pushed to blue in a teal sense.
Like blue,
it just looked
red.
like to me there was this interesting artistic choice to go with a color grading that pushed a lot of the green value over to blue. But now we're hearing with the release of that CinemaCon trailer that at least a couple of scenes were all draped in red because of the impending incursions as they were shown in the Jonathan Hickman lead-up comics to Secret Wars. And now I don't wonder if the reason this color grading looks a little off or shifted a bit, especially on the green value, is because they may be doing a delete for an overall red value for impending incursions that are all over these scenes, basically an impending red sky. So Thor kneeling in the woods, Steve Rogers driving down the road, they're actually in a red sky in these scenarios. They've just gone ahead and corrected for it. Although I may be totally... So
are you trying to say they might be changing the sky green, kind of give a hint like Doctor Doom is coming or something like that? Cause what would the red color? Well, I guess he just told us, but if it's not gonna be red and bro's trying to say it might just be that green color that the Russo bros put up there, I would think that's because Doctor Doom is coming, or he's doing something that's got everybody, that got Thor kneeling down and praying like that. You know what I'm saying? We seeing Thor pray, bro. It's finna get real.